So moving on. Problem 12. Negative 6 equals 15 plus 3p. All right. So once again, same process. Help yourself. Split this problem into 2 with the equal sign. Here we know what negative 6 is. You know what 15 is. You don't know what this is. So what you're going to do is you're going to move what you know all to one side. 15 minus 15 equals 0. Minus 6 minus 15 equals negative 21. This is really 3 times p divided by 3 equals p. So we're dividing by 3. Oh, I'm putting a negative here. I'm inventing negatives. Hold on. So negative 21 divided by 3 equals negative 7. 3p divided by 3 equals p. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. Number 13 now. Minus 12 plus 3x equals 0. Once again, they throw in that 0 there to confuse you. But the 0 is just like any other number. You know what 0 is, so you know what this is. You know what this is. What is 3x? We have no idea. So we're going to move what we know all to one side. So this minus 12, I'm going to add 12 here, and I'm going to add 12 on the other side. Of course, this cancels out, so I'm left with 3x equals 0 plus 12 equals 12. X equals 4, right? Divide by 4, divide by 4. Is that good? Well, divide by 3 actually. Oh, I messed that one up. 3x equals 12. X divided by 3, 12 divided by 3. That's x over 4. Make sense? I went fast for that one, but it doesn't matter. We move along. We just move along. That's what we do. 14 minus 5m plus 2 equals 27. Okay, so we don't know what minus 5m is. We know what this is, and we know what this is. We want to move all what we know to one side. One side being the equal sign. So this is a plus 2, so plus 2 minus 2, that equals 0. 27 minus 2, remember if we do something on one side, we have to do it to the other. That equals 25. And the 5m, negative 5m, we just bring it down. So we get rid of that 0. It doesn't need to be there. Minus 5m equals 25. Minus 5m is really minus 5 times m. And if I want to get rid of this minus 5, I'm going to divide the whole thing by minus 5, right? Let's think about that. Minus 5 times m. That equals minus 5m. If I want to get rid of that minus 5m, I'll divide by minus 5. And this will cancel out. Right? Because anytime we're dividing 3 times 4 over 3. All right? If we look at this equation, it equals 12 over 3. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. However, here, if I look at this, 3 times 4 divided by 3, if I cancel the 3's, I get 4 left. Right? It's the exact same thing. That's what we're doing. If you don't believe me, try it a few times. You're going to see you're always going to get a good result. If you don't, there's something wrong with your math. So here we are, minus 5m equals 25. Minus 5 times m divided by minus 5. 25 divided by minus 5. Remember, what you do on one side, you do on the other. So the minus 5 cancels out. That gives you n. 25 divided by minus 5 equals minus 5. And that is the right answer. Number 15. 24 equals 2n minus 8. This is what we know. We sure as heck don't know what that is. We know what this is. We want to put everything we know on one side. So this minus 8, in order to move it on the other side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 8 on this side and add 8 on this side. This cancels out, right? Minus 8 plus 8 equals 0. 24 plus 8 equals 32 equals, we bring that 2n down. 32 equals 2n. 2n is really 2 times n. And we want to get rid of that 2. We're going to divide the whole thing by 2, right? Divide by 2, divide by 2. Which gives us n equals 32 divided by 2 equals 16. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. All right, number 16 now. Negative 37, oh, they're scaring us with the big numbers, equals 8 plus 3x. We know what minus 37 is. We know what 8 is. We have no clue what this is. Divide this problem in half. 8, which is really positive 8. If there's nothing before it, it's positive, right? If I just tell you 8 of something, it's positive. So we want to subtract 8 to make this 0. And we subtract 8 on this side too. So minus 37 minus 8 equals minus 45 equals 3x. 3x is really 3 times x. And how do we get rid of that 3? We divide by 3. So we divide here by 3. We divide here by 3. Minus 45 divided by 3. If you don't know, take your calculator out. It's minus 15. Equals 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 1 times x equals x. X equals negative 15. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it at any time, right? You don't have to listen to me talk all the time very fast. You can just pause it and re-listen to it as many times as you want. 2 equals negative 12 plus 2r. Once again, the familiar problem. They're all the same. This is what we know. We know what a 2 is. I certainly know what a negative 12 is. This, I have no idea what 2r is. What is 2r? That's not a number, that's a letter. How do I know what that is? It's what we call the variable. That's what mathematicians call the variable. Actually, in this equation, it's not going to vary very much. It's actually what makes what you multiply 2 by for this equation to make sense. So I've got what I don't know on this side. I want everything I know on that side. So I got to get rid of this guy. Minus 12. How do I get rid of it? I add 12. Boom. This cancels out. 2 plus 12 equals 14. That equals 2r. Now, 2r is really 2 times r. How do I get rid of that 2? If I multiply something by 2, I divide by 2 to get that something back. So I divide everything by 2. 14 divided by 2 equals 7. 2r divided by 2 equals r. And that is the answer. R equals 7. Let's plug that in to see if that works, right? We got an answer. Let's see if it works. Let's see if 2 equals negative 12 plus 2 times 7, right? Since r equals 7, I stuck it in there. Well, 2 equals negative 12 plus 2 times 7 equals 14. 2 equals negative 12 plus 14 equals 2. That's 2 does equal 2, doesn't it? So when r equals 7, it works. Number 18 now, moving along. Minus 8 plus n over 12 equals negative 7. All right, so we know what this is. We know what this is. We have no clue what this is. We want to put what we know on one side right here. So if I'm subtracting 8, maybe if I add 8, not maybe, if I add 8, this will cancel. And of course here I'm going to add 8 too. So we have n over 12. You see how they're trying to scare us by making a big fraction here? N over 12 equals negative 7 plus 8 equals 1. Now, n over 12, if I want to get rid of that 12, I'm going to have to multiply by 12. So I can do this. So multiply this by 12. Multiply this by 12. So 12 times n divided by 12 equals n. 1 times 12 equals 12. So n equals 12. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. I like. Number 19. B over 3 plus 7 equals 10. So So we know this, we'll move everything we know on one side and keep what we don't know on this side. So b over 3, 7 minus 7 on this side, and 10 minus 7 on this side, because we have to do the same thing on both sides to keep the equation valid. 7 minus 7 equals 0, we don't have to write it down, equals 10 minus 7 equals 3. Now, let's take a look at this. Here's a trick. When you have fractions like this, b equals 3 equals 3 over 1 really, right? You can do this, and b equals 1. Am I right? Hold on, wait a minute. No, wait, I'm wrong. No, I'm wrong. Oh, that's bad. Never mind what I just said. b over 3 equals 3. To get rid of this 3 here, this divided by 3, you multiply everything by 3, right? Boy, that's a wrong answer I gave you guys there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I always leave my mistakes there so you see that I make mistakes also. So these 3's cancel out. That's b, and 3 times 3 equals 9. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. Sexy number 20. X minus 1 minus 8 equals minus 8. Trying to confuse us here a little bit by using the same terms on both sides. So x minus 1 is what we don't know. We know what minus 8 is. We have to get rid of this minus 8. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 8. However, we're going to add 8 here too. Right? So that becomes x over 1 minus 8 plus 8 equals 0 equals minus 8 plus 8 equals 0. All right. So when we have anything over 1 is that number, right? If I take 80 divided by 1, that equals 80. So x divided by 1 equals x equals 0, x equals 0. That's a little tricky, that one. 21. 152 equals 8n plus 64. So we have a killer problem here. It looks bad because we have all these big numbers, but if you break it down into the steps, separate the problem in two, identify what you know, identify what you don't know, we have to get rid of this. So instead of plus 64, we'll have minus 64 here. Here we'll have minus 64 also. 152 minus 64 equals, just a second, my computer's going. What is that? 88 equals 8 over n. This cancels. So 8 times n divided by 8 cancels, right? We're left with n. 88 divided by 8 equals 11. 8n divided by 8 equals n. N equals 11. Yes, that's right. I got that one. So that's the last problem for this video. We continue on the next one.